And we're back. Thanks for bearing with us, folks. Some rounds have already been played in the second half, obviously. 80s 11-9. Limitless up. So they're continuing some of their good first half form. Now let's see if they can close it. Economy doesn't seem to be in their favor, though. Evidently, Eros has put some rounds together here because they got some cash in reserve, John, and they got the guns in hand.
Yeah, I think Limitless got off to the good start here in this half, but it's Eros who have struck back with authority now against the Pistols. Omniscient, JT, and Freshie each pitching in for a frag apiece. And you have A and Jason still standing, but not on the same side of the map. A towards mid, and of course Jason charging up Banana. A has the bomb on his back, and Jason just looking to gain some space. He might be able to get onto this site, but without the smoke for cross, it's going to be very, very difficult. He has to get those frags.
Well, Jason and A. Yep. I mean, Jason was nuts first half, right? Don't imagine he's going to have a lot of success here solo opening a site with a deagle. If he does, just crown him. He's challenging simple at this point. Don't think it's going to happen. Flashbang's just going to slow them up a little more of a hitch. There's a shoulder. There's a whiff. There's a real bad whiff. And Jason will get one and A another. Bomb's going to go down. Oh, no. That was unfortunate for Shutout and Freshie. Fortunately, it'll be corrected very quickly.
Thing is, you still give them an extra $800 that really shouldn't have found its way through, right? So at least some good shots coming through on the Limitless side, but I think, Mike, that's just some whiffs with the A1S more than anything else.
Happens. You know, I mean, the op could have connected. The A1S could have. It happens. It happens. But it does allow bomb plant through to Limitless, so they're going to be very pleased about that one for sure. Lots more cash available here now. Economic damage to the CT side don't really matter. But Limitless now has an opportunity here. That's a lot better than it could have been. Aggression in the apartments. Omniscient gets ticked. I think he might have been close enough to be heard by Cryptic. That's a good flashbang for Shutout. They may have seen this setup before. Molly's going to chase him as well. That's a lot of utility devoted to the Opper.
Shutout's going to have a peek in here from Arch side, or excuse me, from Truck side towards mid. But not going to see much of anything. Limitless all bunched together around both mid and alt mid. Bombs still over at the T ramp. See Eros not really moving a muscle here from their defense. Now they do. They have a peek, fire a shot. They spotted some information as Umar slips on through into bracket. And Limitless going for a two-man peek into apartments. They do get one, but the trade comes through. So still even, this time at a 4v4 as Umar still has bracket control. Omniscient trying to change that. Around the edge of the smoke, this could be a big play here for Eros. There's one for Omniscient. Tries to swing around for a second, but it's not going to happen. Umar trades him out, so again, we're evened out, but the HP now heavily in favor of Eros here, Mike.
Look at the positioning, though. They've got the site. They've got this bomb plant. They should be able to get this bomb down as well. And the question just becomes, how's your retake feeling? Shutout has the most important piece of kit. You got a Zeus. Everything else, you know, that's just dressing. Beaky, I think, is going to be critical coming out of the balcony, though. Freshie's got a Molotov to throw for him to force the Pit player to fight. Pit player's burning, sticks around for just a little bit, and that's good. The spacing's not good. They take down the Opera. The Opera fought alone without the teammates there to support, and they don't seem to know that Consti's in the pit yet. Now they do. Freshie won, but he's run out of time, and he's run out of life, and that's going to be Limitless, holding them at bay. This was a critical round for Limitless to take, and they've done exactly that, John.
Yeah, I mean, good job on the whole post-plant. HP disadvantage, but like you said, the positioning was great for them, and Eros just could not find a way to get back onto that bomb site. So, I mean, they'll still have enough money as the match is going to be paused here. They still have plenty of cash on the Eros side to get back into this round with a full-on buy-up. It was a critical one for Limitless because of the fact that if they lose it, they'll be back on an eco again. But they have 4 AKs and the AWP along with full utility this time. Match pause going to end very, very quickly, and Limitless trying to get a 13th on the board, Mike. Yep.
I saw that pause come in and I panicked.
Well, yeah, a little bit of panic in my mind too, but I was like, nah, it's fine. We're good.
It's fine, folks. It's fine. Everything's fine. Gaben just needs to get his stickers in the game after the major on a Tuesday while we're having a match. It's fine, folks. There's no problems. Everything's fine. Please, Valve, no more. No more. No more.
Spare us. Shout out the lone defender of the B site. Very aggressive positioning here on top of the half wall.
With an AUG.
Yeah.
Not the up. It's the AUG. They couldn't afford the up. Actually, I bet JT could. I'm not actually sure how the money was pre-round, but he's got a lot spare.
No, they could have afforded the op. They chose to spread the wealth, though, I think, to get the rifles across the board.
Yeah. Now, let's see. They do have that deep smoke. I mean, that deep smoke does allow you a ton of control, right? They even float the second player over. I'm surprised by that. Have they fallen off that wall? They have. Shutout's giving it up. It's interesting. He is going to be pressured a bit here. Catches a nade, but that'll push them back in towards mid. So now this four-man setup is well positioned. A lot of information. Only 40 seconds left. And what? They're opening this with the Opper? What?
Okay.
Really? Okay. I have questions. We'll see if they can answer them. They're going to funnel back in towards B and, Shutout tried to go for a really ill-timed hop and flash. Oh, I didn't realize they were already so far forward. Now he's giving up the site for free. So this is going to be A-okay. Umar's sacrifice will not have been in vain. This bomb's going down, but speaking of fast plays around corners, Beaky, he gets away! He gets away! He's just won this round! I mean, on clock alone, he would have won that round. I cannot believe he got back around that corner. He did eventually die, but holy cow, Beaky just flying around, just trying to deny the plant, and he succeeds.
That's just unreal from Beaky to deny the plant. They lined up for him, too, and no one could connect the shot on him, of course. All right, well, Eros pulled one out of their hat there. It looked like Limitless were going to run away with it once they got onto that B site, but Beaky had other plans. Eros cut the lead now down to 1 once more, and Limitless are stuck onto the pistols for an eco here. They are going to try and go for a fast play to the A site. They've already pushed up into bracket and likely going to continue their charge down truck side with a couple of flashbangs and a smoke to work with. Umar already up close and personal against JT Mythic. Omniscient gets one, JT another. Cryptic does manage to get a frag on the board for his squad. Another 3v2. A bomb plant would be great here given what they invested into the round, and they are going to get that. Constantly the AK upgrade. Things are getting pretty wild.
Yeah, this is rough. There's tons of mollies though to lay down some cover. There's also one on Consti. I don't know how you would deploy that exactly to maximum effect. A is not going to be able to help give him advice because A has been wiped from the slate. All going to be on the Consti. Oh, he's gonna not get one. Thought he had it, but Beaky just hopping on over will clear things up. So we are gonna have a tied scoreline. There will be money from that bomb plant though available, but Eros have brought it to a tie.
Yeah, and surprisingly, Consti still quiet here in this second half. I called him out and I said, okay, he's probably going to pop off here. He has an Inferno over the last 2 BO3s, but not yet anyway, as we got another timeout being called here. And every time there's one call, I think there's just that moment of, oh God, no.
No, it was called for. It's not a technical pause. We're good. We're good. It's a timeout.
We're in the clear.
Oh, whew. Wipe the sweat from my brow. I got a call time in just over 7 hours, John.
Oh.
Anyway.
Should be a nice night of sleep.
Yeah. Let's be honest, I wasn't going to get that much sleep anyways. First night, waking up early is always an adjustment. All the fun of jet lag without the travel.
Well, Eros, Omniscient's going to die here. He's going to get sprayed down by Consti. Fresh, he trades it out on Umar, makes it a 4v4, and I like the aggression here from Eros towards alt mid. They continue to push up. Look at the damage done. Beaky drops A through the smoke, and now it's up to Consti, Cryptic, and Jason to pull this one back. They do have a lot of space gained up banana here, but JT Mythic is on the flank once more. Oh, he's going to get this. Yeah, he does. Consti's down. Now they're pincered in, Mike. I don't know where they can go, and that's pretty much nowhere. JT gets a second. That leaves Cryptic isolated and alone, and he manages to get 2. How does he even get 2 out of that?
Why do they force the fight? They didn't need to fight him. You have the space. He has to come to you.
Oh,
there is
rotating off
no reason to fight this. And now they think he's going A. They're making a hard read. They're making a hard read, and he is eluding them. That's a big blunder from Eros. They already thought they had it in the bag, and they overreacted trying to chase the kill, and now they might lose this round. This bomb's going down. There's nothing they can do about it. They're not even in the same vicinity. They're not even close by. They're coming back up banana. They're clearing this out. Admittedly, it might be the last spot Cryptic expects, except he knows they rotated off. It's the only answer for what's happened here. So now he's going to have all the time in the world to reposition. He can play this as he wants. Back by the new blocks. Zeroed in. When do they make noise? Do they have flashes? They do. Nothing else, though. And they're just going guns out. Oh, he almost had the lineup, but Beaky saves them. Pulls their Tukuses from the fire. And he's having a great second half of 11 and 6, I believe, through this half. So really nice showing from him.
He was their spark in the first half, too, if you recall. So it's good to see Beaky living up to his reputation here in this match. 13-12 for Eros. I mean, honestly, for a moment, it looked like Cryptic was going to clutch that one out, and he had no business winning that round. You're absolutely right. Eros should not have pushed out to try and find that final frag. 4v1, you know where he is. Just wait for him to go to either bomb site. There's absolutely no reason to force the issue. And, well, there's a lesson learned at the very least. Luckily, they didn't have to lose the round as well. To learn that lesson, of course, as Jason is going to push up down banana. Nade going to fly on through from A. And they're just slowly but surely working their way up there. Eros not really challenging too much. Here's a little bit of utility coming on through, and that will hold Limitless at bay for a bit longer.
Still a minute on the clock, though. Minute 10 even. Plenty of time. Problem is they don't have a lot of util at this point, right? They got one full set on Cryptic. They got a smoke and a Molotov outside of that. So where do they go with it? You can't really risk any extra nades. You need to be very intentional about your remaining util. That's interesting. Molly to clear the car position. That's usually sections them in towards one peak, right? This is, I think there's a Hey Future Pros video about that particular setup where you throw that Molotov and that smoke to isolate a peak in a fight. They're not going to get that fight, and they didn't actually really peek after it. But now he's going to come to hit here because it's going to come to exit. They redistributed the utility. Love it. Love it. Love it. That's the change, John.
Yep.
They're going to set it up so that Umar can throw some of this, and now they're going to come on through. But they missed a player in the smoke. It's madness, and Freshie will mow them down. Beaky's ready for the rest, and that's a shutdown. Freshie, he just wove his way into the crowd, and at this point, Consti has to save because his loss bonus is not going to match what he's got in his hands right now.
Yeah, Freshie right around the edge of that smoke, and like you said, just they couldn't spot him out at all, and he did quite a bit of damage when they were trying to go for that hit, and, well, Eros are going to win a 14th as a result. I like the idea from Limitless. The utility was great. It's just that Freshie was the thorn in their side that stopped anything from being executed after utility was thrown. So, match going to be paused here. We're 26 rounds in, and Eros are 2 rounds away from taking this. Yes, Mike?
This is such a decision, though, right? Because you've got Consti, who's got no cash because he saved. But he's got the gun here. So do you invest around him? You've got decent money. You could get a decent force buy going. But then the problem is, if you don't win it, you're going to be depleted playing for overtime. Or do you go into overtime with one player without much money and Consti? Choices need to be made here, and I don't know, man. I'm thinking they're not going to do it. They're having. I feel like you risk it here.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to.
They do not want to. I understand the argument both ways, John, but...
yeah. They can still invest a decent amount, right? Because they have the full loss bonus to back off onto. But it's... yeah. Well, maybe it'll work out. They're going for a potentially quick hit here up alt mid. And you see the aggression from Eros. Look at the map control they have already. They know exactly where Limitless are going to come from. Consti gets one back at the very least, but look where Omniscient is. Will they expect him to be here at all? They have to at least have an idea because no one was sent down there. No. Jason goes with his back turn to Banana, and that's going to be the bomb down. Oh, no. JT with 2 more. Mike, I think this one's done. Cryptic does get a frag, and it's a 1v2, but he has to retrieve the bomb and get 2 frags to get this.
We've seen Eros let these get away from them, though. Oh, Beaky's watching this. He's got to have it, and he does indeed. Beaky usually the one to prevent them from letting Rands get out of hand, and now it's do or die for Limitless. had the lead. They've seen it slip away, and Eros is now 1 round away from closing. You will have an investment here. Consti's actually able to get up a decent amount, so it won't be the worst thing in the world. This is actually A-okay. My math was clearly off. And now let's see what they can do with it. Let's see what they can do with it. Do or die. 3 rounds in a row needed here. Plenty of cash in reserve for Eros. It seems like early on they do want to apply some pressure, but they want to do it evenly across the map. They're pressuring everywhere. They're not giving a read over to Eros, and Eros is not getting that early information like they had in the last round.
Limitless. They have one player down bracket. That's Umar, in fact, over at Porch. Now peeks around. Nope. Omniscient drops him immediately. And that's the man advantage in favor of Eros with no trade in sight. And still no bomb on the backs of Limitless, and map control not that great either. At least they have a player up banana. And now they're trying to work their way back into bracket. A is going to go grab that bomb, so they'll have 3 players going to the A site. And Limitless with 1 lurk. That's Jason towards B. He's probably going to fall off that soon to join the push here towards A.
JT in the pit. That's the critical position. Obviously, we're going to have a crossfire here, but he's been spotted out. He's dead, man. There's a smoke to give him a little bit of cover, but he can't get any damage from that position. Omniscient takes 1, but he's overwhelmed quickly. They weren't set up for this. Shutout's back into the angle, but it's a 1-for-1. And so it's going to be an even situation coming back into the site. That kill for Shutout. It's been quiet this half. He's been quiet this game, but that was potentially a critical one. Now, Freshy and Beaky are set up to make the play. There's no presence in the pit. There's Jason in the graveyard. And there's Consti tucked into the back of sight. Oh, this is an interesting approach. Up on the flower pots, this is not something you see every day. And there's going to be the peek from graveyard. There's no way they expect that, so the second player can get it. Good response from Jason, frankly, to adjust that quickly. And Consti's crosshair is perfectly positioned to keep them going here, to keep them fighting.
Oh, just hanging in there. Need 2 more, of course, to take this one. And looking at the economy for us, it's actually kind of rough for Shutout and Omniscient.
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, you see Beaky investing into the A1S, and now they call a timeout.
Yeah, he may have just reflex bought without thinking about it too much. They're gonna go ahead and go in though, because then the idea is you'll have no, you won't have one more save.
I don't think you will. No.
This is it. Yeah, this is it. This is I lost track. Just counting is hard tonight, man. But this is a pretty good buy. I mean, you've got the UMP, but Shutout hasn't exactly been shutting them out this map. So he'll be fine with the SMG. Meanwhile, Limitless are sharing around the util and spawn.
All right. Well, Limitless, as you mentioned, they're making sure that everyone is healthy in terms of utility, and now they're going to toss a ton of it towards Banana. They're trying to bait out a rotation here from Eros, and instead they get some aggression. Look at this. Everyone in the apartments for Eros, meaning no one has visibility towards mid or alt mid. Shutout maybe a little bit, but he has to peek around further. And probably further up, yeah.
Look at Cryptic's position, though. He's wary for the bedroom peek, right? If someone comes around, Cryptic's going to rip their head, or at least as much as he can with a Galil. If you don't have head armor on it, it's going to make it rather easy. But now, here's the problem with this setup. You've got no presence towards Arch. You've got no presence towards lane. Umar is starting to make some noise here, and if he just finds the gap, it could be a world of hurt for the B players. They're going to come out of Boiler, but Cryptic's got 2 kills in the meantime. Shut out some damage. Cryptic is low, so he can't really take this, but Consti's posted up on the corner. Cryptic limping through on 1 HP. 2 critical frags going through here, and that's going to prompt a save for Eros right off the rip. This round is won. Limitless are going to try to take us to overtime.
Man, yeah. I was going to say Limitless should try and chase Eros and get these 2 rifles out of their hands, but they're not too good in terms of economy. Not, everyone down below $1,000 except for Umar at 1450, even though, of course, they'll have the bonus from winning this round, but yeah, they have to be careful as well. Anyway, Eros should be able to save these 2 rifles into round number 30, but we're going down to the very limit of regulation.
That we are, and the money is going to be, shall we say, rough for Eros. So they definitely do need to save these guns. Jason's on the hunt. Jason wants blood. Smells it in the water, and he's gonna come check Freshy. Oh, he's got the kill! Oh, he's got the kill. Whips around the headshot.
Wow.
He's better.
That's really, that's a big risk because Jason walked into this round with only 3,800. That's still enough, of course, to get the AK and the body armor, but his utility would have been limited if he doesn't get that. That said, well, he wins it and gets that frag, meaning only one rifle coming through for Eros into this round. Probably the rest of them on SMGs and pistols. I mean, you see a CZ here, MP9, Freshy, and Omniscient. Yeah, I mean, if they want to get utility, it's going to need to be more than likely pistols or someone dropping them SMGs.
All right, all I'm saying is, if you wanted to cap off a tremendous map with a hero play now, Beaky, it would be the time.
Yep.
I think that's, I mean, obviously he's got the one rifle. He's been their star so far this map. That's who you got to lean on here. I think he's something like 26 and 17 over the course of this map in its entirety. Something around there. Bonkers numbers. Let's see if he can do it. Not bonkers. Very good numbers. I don't want to oversell. I don't want to devalue the word bonkers, John. It's the most sacred word in the English language. They're going to leave him alone. They're going to leave him alone. They're going to force stack A. This is not a bad read. You give your rifle a chance. And obviously, if you're Limitless and you detect the rifle, you're going to be very eager to leave that behind. So we're going to need some serious pistol play coming through. Freshy with a hand cannon. Just around the corner here, and it seems like that's a smoke they might want to test. Utility continues to be spent here by Beaky. I think there's probably been nades dropped on the site for him. Actually, I'm definitely sure of it because he's deployed smokes and mollies, and he still has those.
Yeah, that's when the droppable nades become interesting, right?
Mm-hmm. Still in the fake. Oh, they're rotating. They're rotating Freshy. What have they detected? There was a molly for top car coming through from the T side, but... Okay, Freshy's coming back. They haven't seen it. They're recognizing there was a fake. Here comes the util on A. Now they've got the read. Now here comes the hit. Cryptic clearing it out. Oh, there's a trade. Even trade so far, but Jason starts to stack them up. Shutout doing damage here and now. It's a big moment, but it's going to come down to Beaky. 25 seconds. They could not shut the gates behind them. It's all going to come down to Beaky. He's got to pull off the clutch, and A's going to give him the first fight isolated. One found as A wanted the information. Now Beaky has the AK to attempt this. 17 bullets in the magazine. A reload through. Gives the audio cue, but he needs the bullets. He needs to make this happen, and he's wary of the hunt coming through, but they're standing pat. One player tucked in the corner with the graveyard. One in the corner of the site. Creeping around. This will isolate the fights, but no, they've got the crossfire. And that's going to be overtime here, John. We're getting more. Eros and Limitless. They will be playing more rounds.
Been told I'm gonna paint a new reality. Doesn't take a lot to turn a person into gold. Yeah, I'm so sick of this friend zone. Differently. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing now, yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts? of this friend zone.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah, I see no signals, no signs. Girl, you be tripping, no lies, nah. You said you're not set by. I flew in all the way for this. I'm not here to waste your time. I just can't give you vibes, you changed a bit. Girl, you mad teasing. I don't mind leaving, just let me know. She told me take it easy. Hey, yeah. I just came here to make y'all feel good. You know what the message is. Suddenly you're with me now. You know what the message is. I've been running wild for you, babe. You know what the message is. I don't have no patience. Ain't no
Can you tell me something, tell me something? 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone.
And we're back with a little more overtime. Ooh, boy. It is still Inferno all of 2 hours later. We still got some more Counter-Strike to play here on map number 1 between Limitless and Eros, John.
Yeah. And guess what, Mike?
What?
We got a tech pause.
Oh, boy. Oh, it's my favoriteest of things, John. That's my favoriteest of things. Oh, I am just so happy about that.
It looks like it wasn't anything serious, though. I think everything will be solved very shortly, and we'll be able to get into the action. But yeah, I mean, a very back and forth affair. It was 15-12 for Eros. We were thinking, okay, Eros is completing the comeback now. They're going to close this one out. Nope. Limitless strikes on back for 3 rounds in a row, and that's why we're sitting here in the first half of the first OT, sitting at 15-15. Who is going to come out with the edge here on this map and send us on over to the second one on Mirage?
It's still the first map.
Yes.
One of the other games is already done. Bad News Bears took the 2-0 over Big Chillin'. And then RBG and Spring Roll. That's actually going pretty well for Spring Roll on the second map. 7-3 right now. So
That's
it could get interesting.
That's surprising, and they won the first map too.
No, RBG won the first map. Did Spring Roll win the first map? Did I misread that?
16-8 for
Oh,
Spring
you're
Roll,
right.
unless I'm
Oh my
crazy.
goodness. Oh, well now things are getting very interesting. Over there. Haha.
I mean, I had RBG winning that all the way, so
Yeah, one would sort of expect that. Obviously, a frequent playoff team in RBG, Spring Roll. New faces.
yeah, Spring Roll move-up team coming through.
Yeah, that would be a huge scalp to take early on. We'll see what they can do. Meanwhile, we're going to focus back in on Limitless versus Eros. This is our matchup of the day. Time to go on into it. No aggression this round for Eros. Obviously, Limitless a bit wary, maybe expecting the tempo break to come through following the pause. You can see they're holding majorly back, giving a lot of respect over. And Eros will take advantage of that to get some space down Banana. Oh, the smoke's faded. Fresh, he needs that re-smoke to come through, and it does indeed, and they're going to swing to check it. So now Banana is locked, closed down for business, and they can just set up very comfortably here playing around the half wall.
Yeah, shout out, waiting for some engagements here. Op changing hands. Umar giving it to A. All right, we'll see how this works out. I think Umar wants to go for the entry, and then A will try and follow up with the op frag. Umar lining up a smoke, and okay, they're changing their mind. Falling off of that now.
I don't know where I'm going with these moves. Here's the fake. Yep. Okay. Maybe a little bit of a split in towards B, but it's just going to be shut out here. Shutout's going to drop the Molotov, but do they have a smoke for this? They do not. A will get a kill in the meantime, though. That's going to slow the rotations, so they have to be wary about the op coming through. So this Molotov's now faded, and it's all going to be about shutout. He's got to do it all himself. The flashbang works perfectly. He turns away from it. Beaky does get one back through the smoke, but this bomb's going down, and there isn't a whole lot that Eros can hope to do about it. Nice nade. Oh, nice nade. Umar put on notice and almost caught as he escapes, but now Beaky's lost another teammate. Omniscient and Beaky going to have to try and attempt this 2v4, but this, well, it's not exactly an appetizing prospect. On they come, dumping their utility to give them some space, and Omniscient is being given fights. He's being given fights. They don't need to be fighting this at the moment. And that's a huge kill from Consti. They needed it to happen in a trade on the last as well. Limitless may be a bit aggressive in some of their fights there in the post, but they do take the round, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely. I agree. Perhaps a little too eager to try and find those last 2 frags, but at the end of the day, they do close it out and find their 16th round. And going back to regulation, that's their 4th win in a row. Let's see if they can continue that streak here, as Eros are going to run 5 A1Ss. No op in sight, and money definitely not an issue, of course, since we have 16k start money here in overtime. I'm not sure why they would opt not to get the AWP in hand, but we'll have to see if it pans out for them. A couple of players towards that B site using a little bit of utility. The smokes go down. No real fight from Limitless in order to get that positioning back. 1 nade thrown, but that's all she wrote. As Freshy's just going to stick around near the half wall, peeking back and forth, fires off a few shots through that smoke, and Umar very patiently waiting on the other end. Does get tagged down by that nade a little bit. No worse for the wear at 95 HP. And now Jason's going to take the lead here to gain some information.
Oh, look at how much space they're being given. The door is open, and they're just waltzing on through. Beaky is going to try and be the surprise on the other side of this, and they're not checking him, to be fair. That could be an error. That could be an error. So now advantage on the retake afforded. And there is going to be a player coming on the flank. Beaky is doing so much work before they even get into this retake. He is trying to drag the team over the line right now, and he just needs some dang help. There is going to be a player coming up the bottom of Banana, but at least JT Mythic holding that pretty conservatively. You got to make a move now. Freshy's down. Beaky's doing more, but it's all been shut down. It's only Beaky, and while he will find some kills, they should not give him an opportunity to win this round. He's just got to try and stick it at some point, and they're just playing the waiting game. Not peeking together, though. Consti will win this on the clock, and, well, he'll win it with the bullets as well. 3 kills for Consti in the round. Beaky, that was a 4K effort, and he couldn't seal the deal.
I mean, Beaky is literally just grabbing the dead bodies of his teammates and trying to drag them forward over and get the rounds on the board. It's just such a desperate effort. He's got 21 now going back to the second half. That doesn't include the first half. I think he had 14 or something frags in that first half. Anyway, look, Beaky has been standing on his head here. It just has not been enough, at least not yet. Omniscient pushes up down mid, gets a couple on Umar. Jason had a third through the smoke on A. What a play for him. They're trying to avoid being swept here in this first half of overtime. And Omniscient looking for his 4th and gets it. Consti's down. He's on for the ace here. Mike spamming through the smoke. Cryptic is not going to move a muscle right now. He is just waiting for the opportunity to find Omniscient. They're trying to give him a chance to get the ace, and he misses it, but it should be a win in the round, and it is.
I mean, at that point, just reload the rifle, right? But hey, holy cow. All right, 17-16 is the scoreline. The aggression paying out in a big way in the last round there for Eros. And Omniscient, I mean, living up to that knee with the way he pulled through the kills. Woo! Woo! All right. All right. Bit more Counter-Strike going through here. Limitless trying to seal the deal. And they just need 2 rounds. 19 is our magic number. Will they get it? That's the real question. This is also Eros' map pick.
It is. It is. And it makes sense why they picked it. We talked about it what seems like 2 hours ago. Hey, it's been 2 hours ago.
It has been 2 hours ago. Yes.
Yeah. 4 and 10 for Limitless on Inferno as of late. It was their bread and butter pick in the past, and it ended up slipping through their fingers time and time again once they got the premiere. So they kind of let it slip by the wayside and said, you know what, we'll play it, but we're not going to pick into this map. And well, I mean, they did find a win against Choco Check, 16-12 the last time, and here they are here, up 17-16, hanging in tooth and nail against Eros.
All right. What's going on with the soda there? The soda's on the desk. We're just moving around. On the fly through. Do they always do that?
I did not see them, so...
Delirium has set in, John. The soda's talking to me.
You good, Mike?
The cups on Inferno are talking to me. Madness reigns. Fast play in here for Eros. They're going to pick up the pace. It worked well in that final half. Or final round of the half, rather. Why not here? Nades are doing a ton of damage, but it's mostly Freshy to soak it all up, and they've got the sight. They've got the sight in a 5-on-5. I think Eros are just fine and dandy with what they've been able to do here. Nothing can set up. 3 players out towards Banana. 2 in the site proper. This is really heavy Banana lane. Killed going to come over, but I mean, a smoke drops. They better know their lineups pretty dang well. It's going to make fighting through it very tough indeed. If Limitless ever actually go for this retake. Well, okay. All right. At a certain point, you got to go through if you're going to go through, and they have left it to the absolute last possible point. They're getting mowed down now. They don't have time. They can't win this. They have not given themselves the opportunity to win this round, and so they will lose it.
That was.
I mean, I feel like they were all just waiting for one guy to go through first, and then no one went through first.
Yeah.
They were all pulling the after you. No, that's unfortunate.
It was just weird. I'm not gonna lie. That felt like they forgot it was overtime and were thinking about the save, but that should be out of your mind. It's like, don't really worry about what's going to happen the next round. You have enough money to buy anyway. Just charge on in, take that fight. But no one wanted to, like you said, Mike. Okay, all right, Limitless. After winning 2 out of 3 in the first half, they end up losing that opening one. And JT Mythic and Omniscient are taking a lot of damage from the utility here in order to get this Banana control, but they have at least claimed Banana, forcing Limitless to fall off. Both Umar and Consti playing more passively, but they still have an interesting setup here. They can fall off and go for a crossfire should they choose, but Umar wants this opening shot. He wants to try and make it a 5v4 and then let Consti peek around to try and get a couple. Here comes the utility from Eros. Umar continues to watch here. JT has to wait for the Molotov anyway. And still a minute on the clock, so Eros does not have to commit to this B hit by any means, but it feels like they want to.
Yeah,
leaning into it.
I think they're gonna. They better have something to push the Opera off the angle. There's the flash. Oh, and he's through it. So Umar still hits. That's a new one. Throw the flash and jump into your flash. Don't know if I've quite seen it play out like that, and they're getting shut down as a result. Umar hitting the no-scope, blinded up no-scope. He doesn't even need to see you or have a scope to get the kill through, and it's all going to be left to Beaky, as so many rounds are. 22 kills since the mid-half break. And he's going to try and go for this plant. Don't give him that much. Don't give him the respect. And he's on to the AWP. Certainly, they won't give him the opportunities to take this through. Needs to reposition. He's able to do so. Into dark. Maybe Limitless will just let him take it on the clock again. Molly's going to be through. He's got the first, but now he's given up the information. Oh, they're fighting through. The CT player would have given him a fight, but he's not looking. He's not looking. He expected the aggression to come from Coffins. A reasonable expectation, but Cryptic will get the kill as a result. It's another map point for Limitless.
That's still more of a chance given to Beaky than they really should have.
I mean, if he'd been looking CT, right, he brings it down to a 1v1.
I'm surprised they don't double peek him when they're coming around from Coffins, right? I mean, they could have done it. As soon as they find out it's the op, continue charging forward and try to get the immediate trade, especially if you have a player coming from CT as well. Anyway, look, they find the round victory. They make it 18-17, and here it is. If they get this one, we're headed to Mirage. If not, well, double overtime is in the cards. Umar going to fire off a shot, misses there, but at least get some information for his squad, and will back off here safely towards Arch side.
Okay, Jason gets the opener here. It's looking good. It was Beaky as well. That's huge. Now they're shut down the crossfire on site. They're just hitting the gas on in. It's going to be left to JT to try and do some damage. Oh, he catches a little bit of heat there. Little bit of heat. Where's Shutout? Shutout's going to try and work his way around to Arch. They can hit the pause here a bit. JT, you know they've got presence in pit. But Shutout needs to do some damage here. He's got one, not the second. Still, JT now should have a pretty good idea of positioning. Has Cryptic on the site. Has Consti coming from Moto. Now, how do you play out of the pit with no utility to cover you? That's a different question. But knowing is half the battle, they say, John. The other half, to quote Harry, is the battle. And he's not going to be able to win the battle. That's going to be the first map going the way of Limitless. We'll be back after this quick break.